Mozaik with a K. Every detail counts. So this is another party-style game in which you are building a grid of cards in front of you, trying to match different objects. You know what? This is one of those games that is way easier to see than to talk about. The goal of this game is to score points, and at the end of the game, you're going to have a 3x3 grid. And you're going to be placing cards on either top or bottom or next to a row or a column of this grid, and like trying to score for that. This card, for example, says the color blue is visible on this image. Well, all three of these have blue in, so this one's going to be worth 4 points. A helmet or a mask. Well, this guy's wearing a helmet, but that one's not. So that's 2 here, which is only 1 point. If I had just one, it'd be 2 points, but then a 1 or an 8. A star, so that's a star. I don't see any stars in these, so this one's just worth 1. But a moon, the moon's in all 3 of these, so here I would get 6 points. At the beginning of each round, there's going to be a card turned over per player. Each player has a hand of 3 cards, and they're going to be picking a card from their hand. So maybe I'll pick this card, we put it face down, then we reveal them. Then starting from there's a little number in the top corner here, whoever's the lowest number is going to start, and they'll take a card, and each person will take a card, and they'll put that card, both cards, into their grid, 3x3 grid, and on next to it, the other card next to it in some manner or fashion. And then with the leftover cards, you can discard 2 of them to draw 3 new cards, or you can just simply draw an extra card. But when you discard cards, you're going to put them next to you, and at the end of the game, every 2 cards that you have discarded, you will lose 1 point for. Once everyone's grids is completed, scoring will happen like I already showed you. I like Mozaik. I'm giving this game a 7 out of 10, but I'll tell you what, there is a reason it's not an 8. And the main negative reason for this game, beautiful art. The concept of the game works really well. I like the idea of building a grid and matching and trying to get all 3. It feels really good. It's going to be really hard for you to get all 3 in all different columns. Where this game has a flaw, though, is in the arguing. Sometimes it's easy. Is this card blue? Sometimes they're like, is this a weapon? Like, that's definitely a weapon. Well, it's a cane. It's not really a weapon. Well, no, a cane can be used as a weapon. So there's a bit of that happens sometimes, like, I don't know if this counts for that. And I wish there was almost like an index that said, this card counts for these things. This card does not count for these things. And I bet you that they have that somewhere. It does have understanding and debating the words. There's a whole page in the back here that says when there's a disagreement, all players, and if at least one player agrees with it, it's valid. Okay, so that works. And there's also double meanings, like teeth, and a cog has teeth and things like that. But that doesn't mean, in one sense, though, that if I agree with, Sally, that she said this and we both are in agreement, but, Barb is pretty angry about it, even if we have it in agreement, she's still going to go home that night going, that didn't seem like it was fair. So keep that in mind. That being said, if you're not playing in that kind of level and just having a good time, I find this to be enjoyable. The illustrations, there's a ton of different illustrators, which often sometimes gives a project a disjointed mess, but I think in this case it works pretty well. And having the number on the card is good because some cards match more things, and then they have higher numbers because, well, if you play that, you might not get that category you want. So it's a fun, amusing, different style party game, Mozaik.